Tomorrow's headlines today. Chargers, Patriots. I stayed away in Foxborough. I stayed away from this one. What do you make of it?
Listen, I don't love the card this week. I'll be up front. I don't love it. I mean, I bet these 5 bowl games today, like total garbage games, just threw money. I had pizza money for fun.
Yeah.
But let's start Chargers, Patriots. I like this Chargers team. I like the vibes. Patriots looked good last week, ended up losing. The headline will be McConkey see, McConkey do. Bolts go bananas. I will take the Chargers in New England. This line's at 4.5. It's creeping up a little bit. There's some interesting stuff here. So, hey, Christmas week. Who wants to travel east to play a game in the cold weather? However, Chargers have had 4 1 p.m. starts this year. They have dominated the first half of all those games. They've led at halftime of all 4. Now, they're not playing great teams. One was Pittsburgh. But what does that say, Colin? That's a Jim Harbaugh thing. This dude is always prepared. And I do look at this Patriots team. They gave everything. Max effort last week in Buffalo, right? Hey, we want to play spoiler, division rival. I think they let their guard down a little bit this week. I don't like some of the vibes in New England. Some of the chatter from the head coach. Mayo, is he coming back? Are we certain? Do you think he's definitely back next year?
Yes.
Okay. You think Kraft is going on the cheap? All right. So I'll go with Chargers. Drake May has had a pretty good run this year. I think he's shown well, but this Chargers defense has played excellent. I'll take the Chargers 27-13.
Tomorrow's headlines today. Broncos at the Bengals. I love Denver in this spot.
Listen, we love talking Broncos on this show. You have made them maybe the show favorite. You love this team because you're all over them. However, the headline will be mall walking. Bengals keep Broncos out of step. Look at that little mall walking. My mom likes to go to the mall and walk around in Florida because it's too hot. Colin, I cannot get enough of Patrick Surtain versus Jamar Chase. So I've been digging into this matchup. Patrick Surtain this season, 1 touchdown allowed. He has allowed 1 catch over 20 yards. He's been locked down, but he's going up against Chase, who leads the NFL in receptions, yards, touchdowns. He's on fire. They met in 2021. You want to guess who had the better of that matchup? Jamar Chase, 1 catch for 3 yards against Surtain. Now, it's 2021. A lot has changed, but this is interesting. If T. Higgins cannot go, I will not feel good about my Bengals pick. But ultimately, I think Cincinnati gets it. I think they're on a mission. I would not be surprised if we hear after the fact Joe Burrow made an impassioned plea in the locker room. I want to get in the playoffs. You're seeing a different Burrow. He's been fired up on the bench, talking back a little bit to the coach.
He's a little intense.
I like Burrow here, getting the dub, and the Bengals win and cover.
You said your mom likes walking in the mall. J-Mac, everybody's mom likes walking in the mall.
Yeah, that's a grandma thing. I did not know that. Okay, yeah.
Tomorrow's headlines today. The game that I didn't put in the Blazing 5, but it was the last game. I like the Rams in this spot. It's a number situation. What say you?
I could have swore Tuesday on this show you locked in.
I did.
Yeah. So
but the number got worse.
Who cares? It's 6.5. The headline will be Peekaboo, I see you. Playing Rams ain't no fun in games. Oh, my gosh, this is the ultimate revenge spot of the week. Do you remember the Cardinals smashed them this year, 41-10? Massive beatdown. Puka did not play. Cooper Kupp left in the first quarter, and it was just an absolute beatdown. I like the Rams here big. This feels like a little payback, and if you're Arizona, man, you went into last week. Come on, we were leading the division, and it's starting to fall apart. You're playing the Panthers. You start slow, you come back, you lose in overtime. Overtime loss, got to travel back home.
That's a
lick
good call.
your wounds.
Yeah.
I'm seeing both tackles out. I'm seeing James Conner is questionable. Does Conner just say, hey, let me just shut it down? Nothing to play for. I like the Rams here, McVay. I wouldn't be surprised if this was 37-20. Rams really put on a show. Hey, you gave out the number. What is McVay like, 10-1 in December? He is a great late-season coach, and I think they put it on Arizona.
He, Andy Reid, and Belichick. Really good when it gets frosty. Yeah. Tomorrow's headlines today, Colts at Giants. I thought about this one, too. I tell you, I like that Colts roster.
I do, and I like the Colts a lot. You see that number? It's coming down, and I'll tell you why. The headline will be, just like we drew it up, Giants get closer to locking up number 1 pick. Look at Daboll there. Listen, Drew Lock, he was bad against Atlanta, which is a bottom feeder defense. However, in the last 30 minutes here, Anthony Richardson has not practiced yet all week. They thought he was going to go today. So now they just listed him as questionable, and Joe Flacco was taking first-team reps.
Yeah.
all week. So now it's Joe Flacco, which to me, when last we saw Flacco,
it was pretty
awful.
rough. It was pretty rough.
He was awful.
Yeah.
And now I'm a little buyer's remorse. However, like the headline said, this is a Giants team that wants the number 1 pick badly. You look at who's starting on the offensive line for them, a lot of defensive players who are these dudes? Practice squad guys. I mean, Colin, they're not a competitive team this year. I do think Flacco can do enough. Jonathan Taylor, by the way, running wild. He is having a very good season. They got a good team, man.
I'm Seattle and the Colts. They're a quarterback away. I like the rosters. I like the GMs.
We like Steichen. I think the Colts will be fine here. 7.5 is a big number to be laying on the road. But the Giants going for the winless season at home. It's bad in New York. Between the Jets and the Giants, it's a rough go for New York football.
2 more to go. I'm interested in this one. Tomorrow's headlines today. Your optimism has pivoted to skepticism and cynicism on the Jets. Jets, Bills, what do you like?
Optimism in what, like July and August? Come on, when Aaron Rodgers wasn't saying nonsense. Colin, this one could get ugly. The headline will be green with envy. Wicked witch from West melts down. Aaron Rodgers, Mangini said something awesome earlier. Aaron's talking like he wants to be released.
I know it.
I thought at the time he was just taking a shot, but for Mangini, who was a head coach, to say that, and Mangini dealt with Woody.
Well, he knows Woody.
You know how ticked off Woody Johnson must be? And, oh, by the way, I'm looking at the Jets. All of a sudden, Devontae Adams not practicing this week. Sauce Gardner not practicing this week.
The Jets injury report's it's their best players.
The Penn State tackle out. 2 other linemen haven't practiced. AVT has not. So this line's starting to creep up to 9.5. One of the producers just texted me. It's hitting 10 in some spots. So I know Buffalo has nothing to technically play for, right? But this is home. Buffalo Jets.
Buffalo at home's a tough out.
Yeah, I think this one could get ugly and go sideways. I'll go 31-7. Bills win.
Okay, I took the Buckeyes over the Ducks. Tomorrow's headlines today, that Boise State Nittany Lions game's got your interest peaked.
So we loved the playoff last week. I mean, it was spectacular.
Well, you did. I took dogs, warming my heart. You took favorites. You were right.
Favorites rolled at home. Now we go neutral site this week, okay? I do like your Ohio State pick. I would add that. Now, these games are Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
Yes.
So we got some time. We'll chew them up. But the headline for this one will be Ashton Powers, running back shags game balls after groovy performance. I'm going with an outright upset here. Double-digit dog. Give me Boise State taking down Penn State.
Wow.
Listen, I took the points already, and the more I dig in, listen, I like Penn State a lot. They're great at home. We know under the whiteout scenario against SMU, it was a scene, and SMU gave the game away. I don't think Boise's going to do that. And I'm just telling you, if you want to have fun, go look up Ashton Genty versus Oregon this year. Oregon could not stop him all of a sudden
nobody
Penn State's
stopped
supposed
him.
to. Nobody stops this guy. And I know the competition wasn't great, but we're going to see this guy become like one of those, this guy's legit, carving up Penn State. Should be a good game. I'm more fired up for this, I think, than any of the games. Ohio State, Oregon's great. Texas, Arizona State, a little less.
Georgia, Notre Dame, baby.
Well, it's a backup quarterback for Georgia.
It's Georgia.
And the Notre Dame stuff that's percolating behind the scenes, which we alluded to yesterday. I don't know if we can get to it here in headlines.